So, we're going to talk about 7 reasons why love magic backfires and what actually works. This is for anybody who wants to know the nuances of love spells that fail, as well as some practical reasons why you shouldn't be doing a love spell in the first place. First reason, it interferes with free will. When you use magic to force someone's feelings or actions, you're going against the natural flow of their free will, and that often causes resistance, which makes the desired outcome unstable or fleeting. Love that isn't naturally given rarely lasts, which leads to frustration or heartbreak when the connection crumbles under the pressure of manipulation. In other words, if they naturally don't have an interest in you, the love spell may create a small or quick interest, but that interest is not going to have the foundation you need it to have in order for it to be sustainable. Mismatched energies. Number 2, if the person you're targeting is not naturally aligned with you, love magic can backfire by bringing out negative traits or unresolved issues. You might get their attention, but their energy might not be what you truly need. Magic that works best aligns with the natural flow of life, not forcing relationships that are not meant to be. So you meet somebody and they're really amazing, and then one day their mask drops and they become a jerk to you. The person that you thought you met never existed. So doing any spells trying to force that person to be anything but who they are to you right now is not only interfering with their free will, but it's forcing a mismatched vibration to enter the picture. And have you ever listened to 2 radio stations at once? It's not a good thing. That's basically what you're doing. You need somebody who's on the same wave as you. You both got to be listening to the same frequency. If this person's throwing nothing but static in your mess, a love spell will only smooth it over temporarily or not at all. Um, Number 3, consequences. Some people call this karma. I'm going to address this as if we don't believe in karma because I'm sorry, I really, the concept and definition uh, is different from what it truly is. So we're not even going to touch that. But while you and I may not touch the idea or believe in karmic debt, there are still real world consequences for manipulating others. Love magic, especially when forced, can create emotional messes, unhealthy attachments, or even lead to bitterness and resentment. The energy you send out in the world will return in some form, often causing unexpected problems in your life or relationships. So imagine you're with somebody, the mask falls off, you keep forcing it through magic, and you find out they're married, or you find out that they are in jail, or you find out something that you really could have gone your whole life without knowing, or worse, because you kept pushing the issue. Our society has a portion which embraces toxicity and trauma bonding. If you're on this channel and you're listening to this message and you're listening this far and this close, then you understand that none of that needs to be a part of your frequency anymore. The more you keep pushing yourself to make somebody who does not want to be who you thought they were into what you think they are through a love spell, the more you're creating issues for yourself. The right person could be around the corner for you, but you're busy giving this other person your energy, literally and figuratively. You're feeding them because they could be taking that energy you're giving them and using it to fuel their next piece of supply or the next person they're interested in, or even to just have that energy because um, all of this energy you're giving somebody, if they know what they're doing, it doesn't matter whether it comes with love, with hate, with resentment, the highest of desires, adoration, whatever you feel, they can collect all of that and recycle that. You're feeding that to them. And you're doing magic on it too, and they don't want anything to do with you. That's like spending your money on dates with somebody who wants nothing to do with you. And you like low key know that, but you think, if I keep spending this money, this person will eventually like me. That's not going to happen. Like, the vibe's just not there. 7th reason why love magic backfires. Desperation that clouds intent. I'm not calling you desperate. I don't know you personally. But in the instance of being desperate enough for a person or craving a person enough that you're willing to do a love spell, that's tricky because it can cloud your ability to focus clearly on your intentions. Magic must be done from a place of meaningful purpose and a stable foundation. And you have to cultivate that stability within. Otherwise, you're going to manifest that person from a place of fear or create chaotic results. Attracting a meaningful connection requires you to heal your sense of scarcity and abundance. Because as much as people would say there's piss in the pool, the truth is, if you keep going to that pool, that's on you. The truth is that there are millions of bodies of water in the world. There's not just one figurative body. If you keep showing up to the body of water that you don't like swimming in, that dries out your skin, that leaves you sick, that irritates you, that stresses you out, stop swimming there. The only way to change your element is to change who you are, and that's an inside job and a personal decision and responsibility. That's kind of the point of overriding that love magic and ignoring that, because once you grow, you're going to realize there was a part of you that was giving too much of yourself to that other person, and that not desperation, but sense of lack or scarcity, even though it's, written out as desperation, is what's creating this void or the perception that you're lacking something or that there's not enough of something is creating this void that you're trying to force this person to fill or force somebody else to fill. And again, if you're not where you need to be, you're not going to do this with somebody who's positively aligned with you. You're going to deal with somebody who um, is really just going to teach you a lesson, which is to focus on yourself because you are interfering with their free will, even though you know that their vibe is mismatched. And you're literally facing the consequences of your actions that are the result of you being in lack and scarcity and in fear. And it's time to understand that there's a lot of scary shit out there, but there's really nothing to fear when it comes to embracing your power and creating the life you want. Once you are on that foundation, your love magic will be a lot stronger and a lot more precise because you're in a better place. Number 5, illusion of control. So even if you did love magic that works in the short term, it'll often backfire simply because it's a false sense of control. Forcing someone into a relationship through spell work, especially if you're doing domination and control, doesn't foster real connections or trust, which leaves you feeling unfulfilled or satisfied. Love creates a mutual exchange of energy, and spells cannot force authenticity. If the love is there, a love spell will enhance it, amplify it, and deepen it to where it goes as long as you have solid, pure intentions, and that person's free will would naturally lean toward that anyway. Somebody who's naturally into you, you will never like need a spell for them. You'll be doing love spells on yourself, and they're just like responding to it. The people you actually will force those love spells onto, they'll give you a little bit of validation through their communication or their contacts, but it'll quickly die off, and you'll soon be trying to force that energy. And whether it takes you 3 days, 3 months, or 3 years to see that, that's just what it is. Um, you need to keep your love spell magic and your love magic in general focused on people who are willing to provide a mutual exchange of energy, because that's how you know it's real. 6th reason, the energy drain. When you're constantly focusing on getting somebody or having a relationship, it drains your personal energy. Just like I said about earlier, like you're focusing on this person and they're able to collect all of this energy you're giving them and use it to do other things. It's kind of like giving them money. You're like their energetic sugar daddy or sugar mommy. And if they give you that validation back, your love magic is actually you giving them consent to keep digging for gold with you energetically because you're not waking the hell up and taking responsibility for the fact that maybe you deserve better. So again, love magic backfires because constantly focusing on getting a specific person or relationship can drain your personal energy. Because you're pouring your resources into maintaining a situation that is not organically right for you, it ends up exhausting you or disconnecting you from the things you want in life, which actually stagnates your entire life because you're not allowing things to naturally flow. Not only is love flowing, money is flowing, opportunities are flowing, protection is flowing, cleansing is flowing, positive juju is flowing. But if you're clogging all of that up with this mismatched, possibly low vibrational love magic you're doing from place of desperation, fear, control, scarcity, or lack of abundance, everything is going to start to stagnate. Even if it looks good on the surface, you're blocking your evolution and your expansion. And we can't do that anymore. Seventh reason why love magic backfires, because you're ignoring the power that you have. You need to be clearing the obstacles that you have right now that allow the right person to find you. Doing love magic is not as important as doing your road openers until your road openers actually remove the blockages in your life, whether they're spiritual, emotional, or physical, so that you're open to receiving genuine love that aligns with your true self. When combined with self-love and healing, road openers invite the right energy into your life, making relationships smoother and more natural. So again, if you're dealing with somebody who, for whatever reason, is just not for you, doing love magic may backfire because again, that person's not right for you. They're not right through the lens of free will because they won't freely be with you. They're not right for you because their energy doesn't match yours, which is why their free will does not align with you. You're going to see the consequences instead of the results you want to see, simply because the lesson you need to learn is that um, the true love magic should be done on yourself first. Anything else is an enhancement once a person has demonstrated a natural ability to freely desire to be with you. If you're doing it from a place of control or a place of fear, that can be considered a place of desperation. And again, it clouds your ability to focus on what really needs to be done. If you're being practical, there are probably 100 reasons why you and that person do not belong together. But if you're being hard-headed, you're not going to see that because you don't want to. It's not until your energy is drained, even if it means your hair's got to fall out or you've got to get sick or lose everything you have first. Sometimes for you to get that, the love magic you're doing on somebody is just not worth it. And honestly, again, you can't do love magic and ignore your magic. Your road openers will give you limitless opportunities, and there are so many people waiting for you down all of those opportunities based on where you are and what you're doing. So there's that. Now here's what actually works. Um, and I've kind of said it before, but I'm just going to go through it again. But road openers. Road openers work because they remove obstacles preventing love from entering your life. Instead of focusing on a specific person, they allow love to come in naturally by clearing emotional, mental, and even environmental blockages. This creates a clearer path for love to flow, making it easier to attract a relationship that is meant for you. Second, self-love and healing. When you focus on your own self-worth and healing, you attract people who resonate with your energy. Love magic works best when you're in a balanced, healthy state because it draws in partners who match that same energy. This creates longer, more lasting connections because they're based on mutual respect and compatibility. In conclusion, Love magic, when misused, can create more problems than it solves. However, by focusing on road openers, self-love, and healing, you're setting yourself up to receive long-lasting, fulfilling relationships that better align with your true desires. Instead of trying to force a connection that isn't natural and doesn't even really serve you and give you the best that you can receive, it's time to clear the way for what is meant for you to come naturally.